it's me. I'm back with my coffee. So before you listen to my guys' episode, because it's a very fun episode with lots of really good information, especially for comp dancers, don't forget that I am currently on the lookout for some testers for DanceVibes' next big thing. So if you're interested, or if you know anybody who'd be interested, because I'm currently looking for any dancers, teachers, studio owners, even comp judges. I'm looking for literally anybody who is a dancer to test the next big thing. So if you're interested, just make sure you DM us on Instagram at dancevibes.official. And yeah, now I will let you guys listen to the episode.
Welcome to another episode of 'Tis the Dance Season, a DanceVibes podcast where we'll be sharing a new episode every day of December.
But you can only get a new episodes daily if you're on the Instagram group chat. So DM dance to dancevibes.official on Instagram if you want new daily episodes.
Today we are here with
Murdoch. I am so excited to be here. I am a dance competition judge. Just so fun because I always wanted to be one when I was a competing dancer, and here I am, and it's so fun. I love being able to travel and see all dancers of different heights, ages, sizes. It's amazing. The dance community is beautiful.
That's great. So we're going to ask you some questions. I'll start. So what's one thing dancers think judges care about that actually doesn't matter?
Oh, that's hard because I feel like with judges, we have specific things that we need to be looking for in the competition, specific things we score, like technique, emotion, costume, that sort of thing. I think the thing we probably care about the least would be, honestly, your costume. So if we're talking about scoring, the thing that I'm never really gonna give a 0 on is costuming. So as long as it's something that you're comfortable in, you feel confident in, and it fits your dance, and it isn't exposing a lot of unnecessary areas, then you're gonna get 100% on that.
I love that answer. Slay. Okay, so the next question, what actually separates an average routine from a standout one?
Okay, I love that. Good question. So for me, I feel like all judges are different, but for myself, connected to the routine. So that could be a music choice combined with facial expressions. I'm very I don't want to say specific, but I really look for good emotion when it comes to dancers, because if dancers are dancing how they dance at the studio with a blank face and nothing going on, then it's just going to be another routine that I'm just watching and I have no connection to. But if they're making eye contact with me and they're feeling the music and they're trying to connect with the audience and portray their story, then I'm going to be like, man, 100%, like that was amazing. That's going to get a good score for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. That's perfect. So what's the most common correction you wish dancers would finally take seriously?
As silly as it is, it's pointing your toes. I know we all we laugh about it because we're just like, oh my gosh, like they say that every single time in the judges' videos, but nobody takes it to heart. I mean, unless it's a choreographed flex foot, you got to make sure it's very, very flexed. So I know it's not like an in-between, you know? But I think pointing your feet, especially when you're doing floor work and especially when you're doing tricks, is something people don't take to heart enough because it completes the line. Not only is it technique, but it just makes the line instead of having like this kind of foot and like having it just looks so much better. And it's just your body looks so much longer.
That makes so much sense. I feel like that's something we hear so often. For the next question, I think this is probably my favorite. What makes a dancer memorable in under 30 seconds?
Oh, in under 30 seconds. So if we're talking about a dancer on stage, something that is memorable in less than 30 seconds is locking eye contact with me. I know a lot of dancers have a hard time wanting to look at the judges in the face or in their eyes but the judge will remember you if you look at them in the eyes. And if you even have just a split second, like if you're going down into like a knee drop and then you have a look up and you look at me, I'm going to remember that. I'm like, she had that knee drop, that she looked at me and it was awesome. But or if we're talking about in a class setting, I would say somebody, not necessarily who asks a lot of questions, but somebody who takes my corrections. So if you come into my class and I give you a correction and you don't understand necessarily the correction. So if I say, hey, make sure to point your toes in the pirouette, they're like, hey, I don't really understand. It's really hard for me to do that. Can you explain to me how to work on that and make that better? That is a student that I'm going to remember in those 30 seconds. In less 30 seconds, I'm going to be like, Kylie, she remembered and she asked me. And for clarification, I will remember you and you'll be Star student. Just kidding. We don't have favorites, but still.
Yeah, that's definitely great. Asking for help is definitely the key. This is one of my favorite questions.
Mm-hmm.
What do dancers underestimate about stage presence?
Honestly, confidence. So I think what they underestimate is confidence, because when you are confident in your routine and in yourself, even if you're faking it until you make it, I will always say that. Fake it till you make it. We can feel a difference as an audience and as judges compared to someone who isn't as confident and they're a little bit more sheltered. Your dancing is going to be a lot more closed and confined, close to your body. But if you're confident, you're going to take up space. And that is what we love to see.
Yes, fake it till you make it. I love that so much. I think this next question could kind of tie into the last one.
Okay.
What habits signal to you that a dancer will go far beyond competitions?
I think dedication, for sure. So I definitely would think dedication, because you only can go so far just in life in general if you're dedicated to what you're doing. So if a dancer is dedicated and they want to continue to grow and they have the desire, then you're going to go far. I don't care how much you suck in high school, because we never actually suck, but I don't care how much you think you suck. You actually don't. And if you keep working at it every single day and keep believing in yourself and keep trying, you will go far. Anyone could go far. You just have to try.
Yes, I love that. And I definitely think people definitely need that. So this next question is, what's one trend in competition dance you think needs to evolve?
Oh, I feel like playing with some dynamics. I know people, especially of the older dance generation, don't love it. So if we're talking, I have had dance teachers who are a little bit older before. I know that they don't normally like that sort of style because it's not what they grew up with. It's not what they're used to. But I just think playing with dynamics and how your body wants to react and move to the music when you're choreographing, especially for a solo, a duet, or trio, it's going to look most comfortable. Kind of like I was talking about before, confidence. You're going to be more confident if you're doing what your body is wanting to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I love that. Next question. What's something dancers don't realize judges can see from the table?
Oh, facial expressions, specific ones, the oops, I messed up ones. We've all done it on stage, but all the judges can see it. And I always giggle to myself a little bit because I'm like, I've been there, man, but you can't show me you messed up because I wouldn't have known you messed up if you didn't make the face, you know? So definitely your secret facial expressions.
Yeah, 100%. Smile till you can't make it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the biggest red flag in group routines?
Oh, the biggest red flag probably would be when our timing is off with the music, whether we're speeding up or we're slow behind the music, because that's telling me one thing, is that we haven't yet learned how to deal with our adrenaline, or we haven't cleaned the routine, or even both. So adrenaline often makes dancers speed up and go faster than they should be in the choreography. I've done it. We've all done it. But as a dancer and as a performer, especially if you do want to go far, you have to learn how to take that adrenaline and keep it inside and have it help you to be strong, but not speed up. So, I mean, I always tell my dancers, you gotta take a big deep breath before you go on stage and just breathe in and out through your nose the whole time in your dance, and you won't speed up. You have to focus on your breathing and what you're doing and hearing and just slowing down a little bit.
I love that answer so much. I feel like timing is so important. Next question. In your opinion, what's the real purpose of comp? Mastery, motivation, or marketing?
I would think it depends on what you're going for with competitions, because I feel like it could mean something different for everyone. For me, it was definitely mastery and motivation, because I feel like, for one thing, mastery, whenever I was choreographing a routine, or when I help choreograph routines, I always will ask what the dancer is best at. And I would know what my dancers are best at. So if they're good at double stags, double pirouettes, that sort of thing, I will be putting those in the solo, because those are something we're trying to master, because it's close to the mastery, if that makes sense. Competitions, you're trying to showcase what you're good at and also trying to push yourself at the same time to master those things by the end of the season. You start with the dance and it starts really great, but at the end, it's going to be way up here, no matter how you place, but you're just always trying to progress. And motivation as well, because I mean, especially if you want to go in the professional dance business, or if you want to do higher education, like I did, competition dance, and it's very grueling. So, and it's all the time during the week, like you're there at the studio all the time. And so you have to learn how to have the motivation to keep going and keep trying, because the higher you get within dance, even in college, I was dancing 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 6 hours a day. So you have to learn how to have that motivation to keep going up if you want to. So I think it has a little bit of the mastery and the motivation.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You want to try and get better at what you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the honor of asking the last question. What's one skill dancers should prioritize in 2026 if they want to stand out?
The skill I would highly suggest, especially if you're a competition dancer or just a dancer in general, I would work on your confidence the most. I feel like if you're going to excel in any of the things I was just talking about, you need to have confidence in yourself first. And you need to know first and foremost that you are powerful and that every single dancer has something amazing to show the world. Even if you move a little bit differently, everyone has a beauty to their body and how your body moves and how it wants to move. So just being confident in your skin and who you are is what's going to change the game for you. So it changed the game for me. My senior year of high school is finally having confidence in myself. You will go far if you are confident in yourself and who you are as a dancer and a person.
I love that so much. I feel like literally like that is so true. I could not agree with you more. It has been so fun talking to you and getting to meet you and ask you all these questions. It was honestly so inspiring. Do you have any comments, Bella?
No, I 100% agree with you, Veronica. It's definitely given me a new point of view as a non-competitive seated dancer.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so glad I could share a little bit of insight and hopefully spread a little bit of positivity into the dance world, because that's the goal, right?